Welcome to this three-voice triplet exercise around the drum kit. These are, well, I'm your host, Brian Zach. These are very important triplet figures that are been played very commonly throughout the decades on the drum set, especially by drummers like John Bonham and made famous also by Steve Gadd. So let's get into it here. So the first thing is to know that three-voice triplets. So the three voices we're working with primarily, at least to get started here with, is the kick drum, the right hand on the floor tom, and the left hand on the snare drum. And we can add the hi-hat on the foot later for quarter notes, just for coordination exercise. But for now, we're just dealing with these three voices, kick, snare, and floor tom, and the different combinations that we can play them in using the triplet format. So I've got my metronome here. I'm going to set that on. Well, the first pattern, before I set the metronome on, the first pattern is just right, left, kick. And it's going to be, remember, right hand on floor tom, left hand on snare drum, and kick. So it's going to be right, left, kick. So pretty basic, right? So let's turn on the metronome and we'll hear the tempo, and we'll start implementing these triplets in this particular permutation. Okay, great. So the next sticking is going to be, well, and I should say, for a transcription of these exercises in a PDF format, downloadable, head over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/BrianZach, and join up with me there, and you can download this exercise on my Patreon and read through it as we go along through the lesson. This is the next exercise. So this is similar, only we're starting with the left. We're going to go left, right, kick, left, right, kick. The first one was right, left, kick, right, left, kick. This one is going to be left, right, kick, left, right, kick. Metronome on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we're just moving this around. So let's now the next permutation is going to start with the kick. So it's going to be kick, right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left. 3, 4. Okay. And next we're going to have kick, left, right, kick, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next, we're going to have left, kick, right. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And next, we're going to have right, kick, left. It's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So those are your basic permutations of the three-voice triplet patterns. And so we're playing them at a pretty slow tempo here, and you can imagine, once you sort of master them, you want to start to bring them up to speed so that you can play them very, very, very fast. So like, so that was right, left, kick, or the second one I showed you, which is left, right, kick. All right, and so on and so forth, or just kick right left. So all those permutations, you want to be able to just rip those out at a very, very fast tempo. We'll get into moving the hands around and just sort of orchestrating these patterns in different ways a little bit later on. But for now, I want to show you some 6-note patterns. And so, again, we're going to turn on the metronome. And what we're going to do is basically start to mix up these different 3-voice triplet patterns and create longer phrases out of the original ones that I just showed you. So these are going to be 6 notes long, but still using the same voices, the kick, right, left on the floor tom and the snare drum, respectively. So here's our, well, I'm just going to show you really slow. So we're starting with the right, left kick, and then we're going to go left, right kick. So it's going to be right, left kick, left, right kick. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's do it with the click. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do the next one. The next one is going to start with the kick. It's going to be kick, right, left, kick, left, right, kick, right, left, kick, left, right. So a moment ago, I couldn't read my own notes. So yeah, this is going to be kick, right, left, kick, left, right with the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to do right kick, right, left kick, left. So it's going to be. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And the next one is going to be kick, left, right, kick, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So there's many combinations like this that we can, you can actually mathematically figure them all out. But yeah, there's like 6 variations on each one, I think is what it is. I haven't actually done the math myself. But just go through and just, the idea is to just be able to start on any of the 3 limbs, any of the 3 voices, and mix it up from there and make them different. So we want to be able to master all of these. You know, using the metronome really helps just to like keep them on repeat and just repeat them, because really these just take repetition more than anything. And especially like once you add the hi-hat. That's maybe an easier one, but like if I was going to go, let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was the first one that I showed you. That was right, left, kick, right, left, kick. But the hi-hat playing quarter notes. So, you know, that creates 4-way independence and gets a little bit harder. And the next video I'm going to show you is going to actually use these same 3-voice patterns, but in a 16th note subdivision over the hi-hat. So it's like a kind of a hemiola. So you're playing quarter notes with your hi-hat. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there for the click on the next lesson when it's up. But for now, we're just dealing with this. These are just three. So let me show you a little bit about like how we can implement these on the drums and like move them around. So let's just take that first one, right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left, kick. And let's just, I'm just gonna move it around. I'm actually making some mistakes by mixing it up a little bit, but you get the idea. Let me do it one more time and try not to add any extra additional stickings. So just kick, right, left. Okay, so let's try to like double the speed. So that's just right, left, kick. Okay, so you see how like useful they are and how powerful they can be within like a groove. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I gotta stop improvising so much and just stick to the lesson. So that's on me. So yeah, you know, these are pretty basic like fundamental kind of drum fill-y type chops stuff that really, you know, most of us kind of learn one or two variations of this, but we don't actually, I mean, I'm speaking for myself, I didn't actually learn and like write these down until I wrote them down on paper and started to practice through each one. I realized that I had some weaknesses in some of these patterns that because I just hadn't worked on them. Like I remember some of the ones that start with the left, like just either left, right, kick. I still sometimes struggle with that a little bit because it's not natural for me. It's more natural for me to start with the right hand than it is with the left hand. Or even some of the ones that start with the kick, because that feels a little bit less dominant. Like like when I start with the right hand, it feels more dominant and it's easier. It's much easier because you're sort of right hand leading through the exercise or the permutation. So it's easy to sort of land on a cymbal or on the one with the right hand. But not so much when you're starting the exercise with the kick. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I can't even count while I'm doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So starting with the kick means you're going to end with the kick too. Just like starting with the right means you're going to end with the right. Or starting with the left, you're going to end with the left. And then you know you get into the sixth note and then you're mixing it up. So let's actually show some examples of the 6 notes. So just kind of moving it around. So we're going to start with just right, left, kick, left, right, kick is going to be the 6 note grouping. These are a little harder. Or or if you move around. So that was just just me moving the right hand around a little bit. I can move the left hand around too. Okay, or you can move both hands around. So it gives you choices, and it's really like, you don't realize how hard these are until you sit down and play them and start to kind of go through each permutation and realize, oh, I have some weaknesses or some holes in my ability to play these triplets very evenly in any sort of tempo or speed with like complete control. And I mean that's kind of the lesson here. The sort of overall point of all of this is to really just gain control over these notes and these flurries of notes. And if you will, I mean I think of them as, I try not to think of them as individual right, left, kick, right, left, kick. I'm thinking of them as like little words. So like each grouping of 3 notes, let's call it right, left, kick, is a word. And left, right, kick is another word. And kick, right, left is another word. And kick, left, right is another word. And so on, and expands from there. And, with the 6 notes, it's the same way. Like every group of 6 notes is like a word that you would use. So I'm trying to think of them more in a macro sense, in groups of notes versus each note being its own thing. That way my brain can sort of process it a little easier, and I can sort of, it helps me be creative with them, because it's almost like writing a sentence, right? When you're writing a sentence, you don't think about each letter in the way that each word is spelled out. You just write the sentence using the words that make sense for that sentence. And it's the same way with these exercises and music in general. Is you can think of things in a very large macro sense, but you can also really magnify them and get into like the nitty gritty of like, okay, how is each word spelled out, or what is the punctuation, and that kind of thing. We haven't even gotten into things like accents. Like let's just take the first one again, right, left, kick, and let's just throw on the metronome, and I'm going to throw some accents in to make it sound a lot more interesting, and to maybe even tell more of a story just with those 3-note pattern, with that 3-note pattern. Here we go. Now, right there, I was actually playing the 3-note pattern in 16th note subdivision. So let's go back and let me show an example of it just playing in triplet format. Okay, so there you go. There's some great examples of the 3-voice triplet patterns and just a little bit of an improvised solo there. So once again, go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/BrianZach, to download the transcription of this drum lesson and all kinds of other content there. And you will gain access to this downloadable transcription as well as so much other content that I have listed at my Patreon page. Thanks again for tuning in, and see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Brian Zach signing off.